So in case you have been living under a rock these past few days, Rockstar Games has finally announced Grand Theft Auto 6. And no, we will not get it this year. No! Allow me to present you with 78 things you missed in the GTA 6 trailer. I went back to this trailer, watched it over and over and over, and finally broke down everything. So as you can see in the opening scene, we have, in the first 2 seconds, we can see that there's the Vice City lights, those iconic Vice City lights. We got the purple and pink, which is a call to tribute from the original Vice City. And we now know actually that the state is called the State of Leonida, which is the city that the game is based on. We can see here that there's a brand new beer coming into the game. The brand is called Patriot, as seen by this trailer carrying this the cargo here. There's a new tour bus as well. This was actually already in GTA 5, but a lot of people didn't know about it, as you kind of had to be in the Vinewood area, and certain around midday you would be able to see the tour bus spawn, and especially in story mode. Also, in the background we can see a massive prison. It's clearly way bigger than the one in GTA 5, that's definitely for sure. We can see marshes and water around the area. The look at the graphics just look amazing. And there's especially way more traffic. I mean, this road alone also is quite populated with vehicles, which is a very good start. All right, now we know that Lucia is actually the first protagonist we're getting in the game, as obviously also hinted by the title. It says Grand Theft Auto 6 Trailer 1. I'm assuming in the second trailer we'll get to meet the second character, who's the male. But for now, we're only focused on Lucia, who seems to be the main protagonist. If you look closely here, you'll see that there's a family portrait next to Lucia's bed. Now, the leaks have actually showed us that it's possible that Lucia is not the person in the picture, but rather it's her family and possibly her child. We can see now that Lucia is in prison. This could be a post-story after Jason betrays her, or the prologue, which is the prison escape. We don't know which is which, but I guess we'll have to wait and see until the actual game releases to find out. But we now know that the game either starts in prison, so the prologue will start in prison, or the epilogue or the finale will end up with Lucia being betrayed, which is what I think, and we'll have her end up in prison. We can see also that she is also meeting with a guidance counselor who's in prison helping her out. And she asks her, "Do you know why you're here?" And Lucia responds with the most fucking awesome thing I've ever heard. "Bad luck, I guess." It kind of confirms what I'm saying. Bad luck, I guess, could mean that it's the epilogue side of the story where Jason betrays her and she ends up in prison. So she might be saying bad luck as in, you know, like I got betrayed, I had trust issues, and I ended up here. Also, as we can see here, the yachts are back and they're way more realistic than GTA 5. The only yachts we really had in GTA 5 were in online, and those were just super mega yachts. These are way more realistic for Vice City and especially Miami. We also have dolphins and more densely packed wildlife. We have dolphins here, there's a shark, there's whales, there's a lot of different stuff. And as you can see, the beach is hugely densely packed with a bunch of diverse NPCs. And as we can see, we get the first shot of the Miami Vice City skyline. The buildings by the beach, we have different color schemes, we have a bunch of different stuff going on in this picture. We have a plane that's carrying a sign all the way in the background, and actually what that says is, why 69 when you can 919? Now, none of us really know exactly what that means yet, but I guess we're just gonna have to find out what it means in the game, but there's that. And also, as you can see, also, the plane itself carrying the sign is a Dodo plane from GTA 5, as well as a Maverick. These are vehicles that will be returning, I guess, into GTA 6, as we know that these are already in GTA 5. As we can see here, we get our first low shot of two buildings side by side, and this just looks absolutely amazing right here. Now, this is actually based off of the Brickell condos in real life, side by side in Florida, as I'll show you here in this picture right here. We can see our first vehicle that is not a land or an air or a boat, actually, technically. This is just a unique vehicle that's coming back, also known as the hovercraft, which is in GTA San Andreas. It is now coming back in GTA 6. We can also see flamingos here, along with a bunch of other birds in this picture. We can now also safely say that flamingos will be a part of the wildlife population in GTA 6. So as you can see here, this picture is this is just insane. Like the amount of diversity going on with the NPCs, We got a bunch of different people doing a bunch of different things. The beaches, if you remember the beaches in GTA 5, they were so empty. I mean, like, you had no one there. It's mostly Hispanic and black people represented by the real life population in Miami. In Miami, actually, in real life, 15% of the population is actually white. Mostly people there are black or Hispanic. You got an out-of-pocket dude all the way to the right corner taking a picture of a girl's asshole without her consent. So we love that. That's great. We got Soul Sister's new brand, which we can see here. We've never seen this brand before, so this is definitely new. And as you can see in the skyline, we see the Sea Sparrow and Buckingham make a return. Now, the Buckingham is in GTA Online, as well as the Sea Sparrow. So these seems like these two vehicles will just be part of the base game. So that's fantastic. We can also see airliners in the background. You can see huge planes just coming in and out of the picture. So that's fantastic. We might be able to travel. Who knows? None of these things have been confirmed yet, but so we can see a bunch of new boats coming into the game as well, especially considering the fact that this game has a lot of water around its city. We can see what seems to be a Jetmax, but I'm not sure exactly yet. We can see that these boats are not exactly the same. The one all the way to the right, especially the blue one, is especially different. It has a bunch of different attributes. It's kind of like winged. It's more of a sporty type of boat, which is great. We're gonna get a bunch of new boats and potentially new missions with these boats. So as we can see here, there's a bunch of new locations as well showing in the trailer. We have Kelly County and Vice City Airport, as well as Stockyard downtown. We don't know exactly where these places are going to be set and exactly in the map. We have a leaked map that potentially might be the endgame map, but we don't know yet. I will be leaving a link in the description below if you want to check it out and potentially spoil it for yourself, but I would say maybe hold off on doing that, as me personally, I want to be surprised by the game. We also seem to have a Patricia and Philip Frost Museum of Art Recreation, which is a real-life building in Florida as well. Now, in case you guys didn't notice, because I actually had to watch this trailer a bunch of times to notice this, but focus on the name, Patricia and Philip. Who do we know that has similar names like that? In GTA 5, we have Trevor Phillips and Patricia Madrazo. So maybe this could hint at a connection between the GTA 5 and the GTA 6 universe, where Patricia and Trevor get together finally and start a foundation or start a charity or something. This is also hinted in GTA Online's mission where you meet with Ron, and he finally, when you first purchase the hangar, and he actually explains that Trevor abandoned him and moved on to become a lifestyle guru and a coach.
That bastard Trev, my best friend, he's supposed to protect me forever, then he goes all Vinewood on me. He's too important for Ron now, but he's a guru. He's a lifestyle coach. I don't know what he is.
We also see a Grotti Furia, which is in the game. I don't know why YouTubers and a bunch of people didn't notice this on the first trailer breakdown. I noticed it right away. There's a gray Grotti Furia with a guy taking a picture of Lucia, or like a video of her, and he's in the Grotti Furia, which is an online vehicle. So it seems to be that this is also coming into the GTA 6 story mode, but of course we're still not sure about that. Another thing we can already notice is that the car customization is insane. We have a bunch of cars here in this shot, a bunch of different cars. We have a SUV, a bunch of different lowriders, which is really, really cool. So it seems like the car customization is going to be taken to a whole new different level. So we can see the Willard faction, which is in the pink vehicle that's already in GTA 5 Online. This place also has a bunch of graffiti, which could also be linked to the place in real life in Florida called Little Havana, as all the place is also filled with a bunch of graffiti. So we also now know that the gangs are back. So we have gangs that are called the Thrillbilly Mud Club, the High Rollers Streetcar Racing Group, and an unnamed biker gang that we don't know yet. This seems to be the High Rollers Streetcar Racing. We got an enhanced strip club with Make It Rain Mondays all the way up there. There's a sign. And yo, we got some crazy jiggle physics going on here. So we got a possible Kodak Black reference. I mean, a bunch of people were noticing similarities between Kodak Black and this character here. But of course, this is just a possibility. We don't know if it's for sure, but it is highly likely considering the social media type of influence that this game has. So as seen in this shot right here, we can see a bunch of cars going down and up a certain big road with a bunch of buildings to the left and to the right, as well as the water. This is very similar to the Venetian Islands shown in the trailer. The Venetian Islands are a place in real life, of course, in Florida, and the similarities are very uncanny. Now, one thing I also did notice about this, also a bunch of people kind of glossed over this, is that there's a toll booth blocking the the continuation of the road. So we might actually be getting toll booths back in GTA 6 like in GTA 4, where you had the bridge and you had to kind of, you had to stop the car and pay $5 to go through, and if you just like ignored it and rammed your way through it, then you'd get the cops on you. So that would be a very cool little detail to add to the game, of course, especially with the new police system. And here, as we can see also to the left of the toll booth, we have a tennis court. So tennis might also be coming back. So of course, obviously in this iconic shot, we have a bunch of detail we're going to go through over. So first of all, we already know that the iconic Ocean View Hotel returns from the OG Vice City, radiating nostalgia with an oceanic sedan parked outside. But this could also be the iconic yellow taxi that Tommy himself in the OG Vice City drove. As you can see there, it's a bit hidden at the moment, but you'll see it kind of gloss over the picture as it goes through. As well as in the background, we can see in white the Hotel Dixon appears to be based on the Hotel Victor South Beach at 1144 Ocean Drive in Miami Beach, Florida. This is based off of the real hotel. And what do you know, next to it in real life, we have something with a building that also starts with the word ocean. So we know that this is definitely the real buildings, and it's based off of the exact replica of Vice City. So now we're gonna play a little game called Let's See If I Can Spot It. So I'm gonna spot all the cars that I know. So here we go. So we can see here a turquoise Pfister S2 Cabrio, which is based off of the Porsche 911, of course, as you can see here. It seems to be in a bit more detail as well than in GTA 5, because in GTA 5 Online, we actually do have the majority of these vehicles already in. However, it seems that in GTA 6, they were reworked a little bit more to make them even more realistic. So we can see as I said, the Pfister S2 Cabrio. We can see a white Cheetah Classic, like in the OG Vice City, with the Cheetah license plate. We can see a red Carbonazar from GTA 5. Of course, this car is just making a comeback. This is not a new vehicle. We already know this one. We can see the Coquette D10, which is a GTA 5 online vehicle, all the way there in the front. This is based off the Corvette C8, of course. And what looks like an orange Gauntlet Hellfire. Although I'm not exactly too sure about this vehicle, it kind of does seem like a new vehicle. I've never really noticed this one before. I mean, there are like 2,000 vehicles in GTA Online, so maybe I'm getting it wrong. But it looks like the Gauntlet Hellfire. As well as a white Albany VSTR. This is based off the Cadillac. And of course, this we know for sure is going to be a new vehicle, which is the new green Pegassi vehicle, Lambo to the left of the Hellfire. As you can see, I've never seen this vehicle online or in GTA 5, so this definitely is going to be a new vehicle we're going to get to see. And finally, we also see a gray Obey tailgater, similar to the one in the GTA 5, except it's blue and it's Michael's own vehicle that he drives, which is pretty cool. So they're bringing back, it seems like they're bringing back a bunch of new vehicles, a bunch of returning vehicles from GTA 5 story mode and online, and we're gonna get a few new vehicles here and there. Now also to the right here, we can see these three ladies walking here, and to their left we can see what seems to be a homeless man on the Vice Beach road with a green iguana on his shoulders. Now iguanas are obviously quite common in Florida, especially during certain seasons where the people of Florida are like allowed to shoot and kill the invasive species, but it seems like this dude is just out here like begging for money and stuff. So it's kind of a cool detail to see him over there. So the NPCs seem to be doing a bunch of different things, which is good, because in GTA 5 we had a problem where the NPCs would just be engaged in animations that would just kind of happen over and over and over again. They weren't really diverse. So in this world, it seems like the NPCs are way more populated and as well as way more alive. So here, of course, we can see an enhanced nightclub. It's probably going to be enterable, considering so many buildings in the game are going to be enterable, which is fucking awesome. The trailer also shows a female DJ. This could possibly be Peggy Goo, who is a South Korean DJ and songwriter. Now, I'm not, of course, this is possible. This is just speculation on my part, but the similarities are kind of similar. You know, they have kind of the same like hairstyle, same headphones, same sort of dress style. She dresses in black a lot. This is also very possible, considering that in online we had Solomon, who's a real life DJ, make a cameo in online, and we got to hear his sets. So they could have hired Peggy Goo to collaborate in GTA 6 and have some of her music, which would be really, really cool to see, of course. But we now know that this is not exactly for sure. So you could possibly visit the club and get to interact with these NPCs and dance. So in this shot as well, we also have a ton of detail we need to go over. So when we look at the Florida Keys replica, we can observe a large white blimp at the distance. Actually, a bunch of people did not notice this the first time. A bunch of YouTubers also kind of glossed over this fact. We can notice that there's a large white blimp, and this is called Fat Albert in the real life Florida. There's also new water bridges that carry over the other towns and cities, which was requested multiple times by fans. A bunch of people have made up mods in GTA 5 to like allow people to connect, for example, Cayo Perico with a bridge, so you get to drive over the water, and now we actually finally get to do that in GTA 6, so that would be really, really cool. We also see that there's now new moving cargo trailers. We have never had that before in the previous GTAs, so this is something definitely new. We don't know if we will be able to drive them, or if we'll just be able to have like a seat on one of them, or just get to like ride it. We don't know yet, but this is just speculation. But we now know that at least the trailers are moving in GTAs. In the previous GTAs, especially GTA 5, the trailers were just sitting there and they weren't really moving. As we can see, also the Dodo makes its return. So as you can see here in this shot, we have Lucia, but that's possible. It's perhaps Lucia. It's still not confirmed, although most likely it does really, really resemble her. Please don't jerk off to this picture. Thank you very much. Try not to get white stuff all over your keyboard. And as you can see also, if you stop being a horny for 2 seconds and put your dick back in your pants, you can notice that there's a brand new hair physics. As you can see, as she whips around, her hair also matches her, which is really cool. We've never had this before, especially not in GTA 5. Leonida, behind this female character, it's densely populated with a bunch of vegetation going around. So as you can see in this shot, this is just very straightforward. I mean, there's nothing really here except for the big Vice City sign, such as we have in Vinewood in GTA 5. As you can see in this shot, which is really, really cool, one of the social media posts in the trailer shows what appears to be a Jeff Bezos lookalike partying on a yacht with a dad bod squad, I don't know, alias, I guess. This is a mention of Jeff's own pics online. Obviously, this guy's very wealthy as he's able to have a big-ass party on his yacht. So, I mean, it's fairly safe to say that this might be Jeff Bezos. So we have alligators in pools, about the most Florida thing I've ever seen as well. We got this dude just casually taking out a fucking alligator out of someone's house, which is really funny. So as you can see here, we have a really cool reference that says "Have a Vice Day," which is a pop culture reference to "Have a Nice Day," of course. But yeah, on that dump truck, my girlfriend's gonna break up with me. Swiftly moving on. I already know some of you want to see that ass again, so let's check it out together one more time.
Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did. You coward. You make me sick. Your weakness is pathetic.
So we can see that also Rockstar Games has taken great inspiration from the modern era of social media, which is integrated into the narrative as seen in the trailer, with TikTok-like clips going around, especially with this, for example, the underground street racing here. We have the aerial shot, and then it sort of zooms in, and we can get to see the two women on top of the car dancing, as well as the illegal night street racing coming back. But this time I hope it's much better than GTA 5, because in GTA 5 it was extremely boring. I mean, you just win races, but that's about it. There's no music, there's no interaction, there's nothing really happening. It's just kind of, you know, get in your car, use Franklin, abuse the speed glitch, and just win every race. So you can see in this shot, actually, the first thing that your eyes are drawn to naturally is the alligator, but if you look right above him, you can see the Go Postal brand. So we know that Go Postal is coming back, and that's basically the most Floridian thing ever if you look at the shot itself, because there's the alligator just coming into the shop. This actually happened in Walmart, so I'm guessing this is a reference. So another cool thing we really see here is that there's body cam footage capturing cops breaking into an apartment. This caused speculation for the return of first-person mode, of course, because we can see that this is kind of first-person. Of course, if it's a massive step up, then of course it's safe to assume that there will be first-person mode. We can see in this new shot that there's a new gas station brand called Arrow. In GTA 5, we had the Ron gas stations, so that's a different thing. And we can see a police vehicle to the left as well in this shot that is shown. That has a green and white texture to it, so that's really cool to see. And of course, obviously, we can see that there is a Planet Leonida man, which is a tribute to Florida Man. Of course, the guy who's just naked, running around, waiting to get arrested, running around, being chased by the cops. We have some degenerate just casually like doing like the grabbing nuts type of animation, which is just meant to be like disrespectful. But if you look to his right, you can actually see something really cool, which is the Impante Ruiner, which is a vehicle that is also in GTA 5, what seems to be coming back into GTA 6, but with a different design, as the taillights seem to be a little bit different than the original one that we're used to. And of course, in the background, you can clearly see that there is obviously the same, the different destinations that we can see. We can see Vice Beaches and Port VC and Keys. So of course, that's Port Vice City and Keys, and the Vice City International Airport and Kelly County. So in this shot, a lot of people didn't actually notice this, but the color of the vehicle itself is really cool because if you notice, it seems to have glitter-like texture. So we might be able to actually have a new thing where we can glitter wrap our cars, which is, I guess, a cool feature. We also here, of course, obviously have the nudist Florida man gardening incident where the guy is just literally upset his neighbors in real life by just being naked and gardening. But this guy obviously is wearing some like type of thong or something. We can see in this shot that this is the Thrill Billy Mud Club gang, of course, obviously. We can see this girl with the American tank top, of course, most American thing ever. And we can see a demolition derby style type of events could also be possibly coming to GTA 6. Also got a monster truck in the background, so we got monster trucks coming back, which is really cool. So as you can see here, this is probably the most iconic thing in the trailer. We got a scene featuring a woman wielding dual hammers, which draws inspiration from the real-life dual hammer Karen incident in 2020, where she's just going around destroying someone's car and just being all around racist, which is really funny. Next up, we have something really cool, which is partying events. As you can see here, we got a big-ass party with some dude who just jumps on the table for no reason and just breaks it. So we might be able to attend parties and crash them. In this scene, we can see also that there's a billboard that says Angstapam, it cures emotions. So this is obviously a little cute play on satire on the amount of usage of antidepressants in the US and the overdependence, of course, on antidepressants. So also, of course, as you can see here, we have new police vehicles. We have a new police SUV, which we've never had before, which is really, really cool to see. With actually the county sheriff this time. This is not the main police department. This is the county sheriff. So we might be getting different police vehicles. And finally, we get a shot of Jason as the secondary character, as we can see him here. Of course, I'm calling him Jason, but Rockstar themselves has still not officially announced his name. Please take that with a grain of salt. I cannot stress that enough. His name could be this guy's name could be fucking Butler for all we know. We don't know this guy's name yet. I'm just calling him Jason purely because of the leaks. And we get this shot right here of Lucia with a bunch of cash in her hand, so assuming they just robbed a store. Now, in this shot, a lot of people also did not notice this, but if you look to the right of the crash, we can see a Hellcat type of police vehicle. Now, this Hellcat kind of looks like the Bravado Gauntlet, so it looks like the original Mustang, but it has a different livery. Hopefully, they add like this sort of California high chase police department type of thing where they'll be chasing criminals that are just driving like recklessly, which is really cool to see because that happens a lot in Florida. And of course, this marks the return of the Weasel News helicopter and Weasel News station. So we know that this will now be coming back in GTA 6. So we see here, of course, corrections, sheriff's office, the deputy chief, the county thing behind this weird looking character. And we now know the story behind it, of course. A tattooed character's mugshot taken by Vice-Dale County. This pays homage to the real-life Florida Joker who got famous after her arrest in 2017. So Lawrence Sullivan was arrested in Florida for pointing a gun at traffic in real life, about the most GTA thing you can do. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and translate the Spanish for you here because a bunch of people didn't do that for some reason. Confession written in tattoo ink, a tattoo on his neck that gave him away. Key to the conviction of a Leonida man. A cute little update though, which is that Leonida man himself posted a video recently to TikTok telling Rockstar this.
Florida Joker, Miami Joker. You might have seen that character on GTA 6. Just dropped the trailer today. You know they got that character with the face tattoos. You know who they got that inspired by? By me. Just look me up. Florida Joker, Miami Joker. You know what I'm talking about. GTA, we at the top.
Bro thinks he's about to finesse Rockstar out of a bag because he has some face tattoos. So also here we see that there are gangs in formation, which is really cool to see. In GTA 5 Online, if you started a motorcycle club, you can actually sort of, if you had a bunch of friends and invited them to your MC, you guys can drive in formation, or you can also fly in formation, which is really cool. So we now know that some of these gangs are just going to be driving in formation. We know that this is also very possible, as in GTA 4 they've done that with Johnny Klebitz and his biker gang. So we can see that there is going to be formations coming back. We also see in this scene the Nagasaki Blazer ATV, which is doing a wheelie, as well as a Sanchez, which has been a staple in pretty much every GTA game. So as you can see in this shot right here, if you actually look to the left of this fat ass dude right here, you can see the presence of a Ride Out Customs sticker. Now this suggests that a new vehicle customization shop and repair shop will be coming to the game. It's going to be obviously called Ride Out Customs, similar to Los Santos Customs. So as you can see in this really, really iconic shot of Jason and Lucia together robbing the store, we can see a bunch of familiar brands like Pisswasser, E-Cola, Benedict, and Lager. Crazy inflation above them. I mean, $14.99. That pretty much sums up America right now. We can see in this really cool shot, a bunch of people didn't also notice this, that it says pawn and gun. We got a gun pawn shop in the background. So I'm assuming you'll be able to just straight up go to it and just kind of buy the guns there, or you can even pawn stuff off. Fair to say also in this shot right here, it says Port Gellhorn pawn and gun. So in the leaks, of course, back in the original leaks themselves, we know that Port Gellhorn was leaked as a confirmed location, and of course now in the trailer we can see that it's an actual thing, so we know that it's for real. So I actually really want to briefly mention this scene and kind of go in depth to it. So Lucia looks at Jason, she says trust. Jason looks back at her and he says trust, which is really cool. But however, as I said previously in this video, trust is a very, very important concept in this trailer, and it probably will be a very important concept in the game itself when it comes out. So this is foreshadowing, negative foreshadowing, to a possible betrayal by Jason towards Lucia, hinting at the beginning when I mentioned that it's possible prison is where Lucia can end up as a finale to the story if chosen, like in GTA 5 where you can kind of kill Michael or Trevor, or choose C as the death witch. If you picked killing Michael or Trevor, something's wrong with you and you should not be allowed to play this game, by the way. Not to mention the fact that the song choice is, first of all, it's iconic, it's really, really amazing for the trailer, but the choice of the song, of the 1989 song Love is a Long Road by Tom Petty, suggests a Bonnie and Clyde dynamic between Jason and Lucia, hinting at a narrative where trust becomes an important element. I mean, if you look at the lyrics themselves, I'll be putting some of them up on the screen. You can kind of see they match the trailer, they match the relationship just Jason and Lucia have together. And finally, in the last shot, we see Lucia kick a door open here to a liquor store called Uncle Jack's. So they're going to be robbing the Uncle Jack's liquor store like in the leaks. I don't know if my words can get taken down on YouTube, but I'm going to do it anyways. Of course, I'm not going to show any of the leaks here. I'll just leave a link and you guys can watch it themselves. But now, of course, I think this actually might be one of the first missions that Jason and Lucia will undertake together, maybe after the prologue. So they go into Uncle Jack's, and you can see an insane amount of detail. I mean, they go inside, they point guns at everyone, they give them dialogue. You can choose what to say, you can point your gun at the NPCs, you can interact with the NPCs, you can intimidate them. I mean, of course, I guess you can shoot them, but I don't know if that would fail the mission or not. The police system, police then respond, and it takes a while before they even get there. I mean, it's insane. The amount of detail is crazy. So this is the final product, and that's it. That's where we are currently. We also know that that's the official logo for the game. Of course, we also did not know that this game was going to be called Grand Theft Auto 6. Some people were speculating that Rockstar was just going to reboot the series and just call it Grand Theft Auto. Of course, I'm happy to report that they're not going to do that, which would have been a really stupid thing to do. So that's about it, as much as I can cover at the moment. Of course, when there's leaks that happen in the future, or, I mean, hopefully not. This is the one game where I hope leaks actually don't happen, purely because I just want the hype to build and people to finally get the game when it comes out. Do not pre-order this game, by the way. I'm going to be dropping a video about that topic very soon. But as I said, please, please do not pre-order the game. Just sit tight, enjoy the hype, enjoy maybe leaks that come out, or don't. It's up to you. We now know that this is the first trailer that has been released, and it looks fucking great. The game looks amazing. Man, I cannot wait to play this. I'm going to be buying a PS5 just for this game.